Hello and welcome to another TRT Q&A with me, Paolo Bricotto. Today's question comes from Brett, and he says, "Hi Paolo, I just watched your YouTube traveling with testosterone replacement therapy. One question, is it an issue if you don't keep refrigerated whilst in transit? Thanks again, Brett." So he's saying when you're traveling and you have your testosterone with you for TRT, isn't an issue if you don't keep it refrigerated. So to answer that question, we summon the power of the testosterone oracle. Kusai. Damn it! Nothing there. I guess we're just gonna have to look on the box and see what it says. So now obviously each testosterone varies, and each one will have its own packaging and its instructions, but usually the best bet is just to look at the packaging. And this is for Testosterone. Look on the one you're using for your TRT. This one says store below 30 degrees Celsius. Now, unfortunately, for those of you in America, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but for the rest of the world, 30 degrees Celsius is quite hot. So it says just store below 30 degrees Celsius. Do not refrigerate or freeze. Okay, so in most cases, you can just store this in a cool place. Even when traveling, when I did it, I just kept it in my sort of toiletry bag, which is usually a cool place. I just put it all there. I even just put the toiletry bag in my main case and put that through the customs or the checkout. We check your bags in and it goes in the hold of the plane, so that there was no questions about it. It wasn't a hassle. But yeah, I just keep it. Even when I store it here at home, it's in a cupboard, where it's dark and pretty cool, and that's a trick. Okay, so as long as it's below 30 degrees, you should be fine. And now it says do not refrigerate or freeze. Now, I may have done a little bit of social media stalking, and if I understand correctly, Brett may be from Australia, in which case the temperature may go warmer or hotter than 30 degrees Celsius. So I did a bit more digging, and even though this particular testosterone says do not refrigerate or freeze, there are a couple of testosterone replacement therapy providers who make exceptions for certain types of testosterone that allow you to refrigerate it. So I'm going to read to you an excerpt from one that I found online that does offer the option of refrigeration and what you should do if that's the case. So if you're in a place like Australia and the temperature is warmer than maybe warmer than 30 degrees and room temperature is not going to be cool enough, then let's listen to this. It says, and for this case is testosterone cypionate, but it may vary from testosterone type to testosterone type. So it says, it does not require refrigeration. It can be safely stored at room temperature as long as the temperature of the room it's been stored in isn't excessively hot. In that case, this substance could be refrigerated, but here is what doing that could result in. The refrigeration of testosterone cypionate is likely to cause it to crystallize and separate. Injecting yourself with it once this substance has become separated in this manner can result in experiencing swelling and pain at your injection site that will persist until all of the testosterone has been absorbed into your system. The medication's separation is usually visible in the form of cloudiness or even tiny crystals forming within the vial. So it may crystallize, and if you inject, if there is crystallization or separation, it may cause sort of pain or swelling at the injection site. So it's just something to be aware of. But there is advice on how to counteract that. Depending on the climate you live in, the separation can occur during shipment if your medication is exposed to very low temperatures while en route to you. Well, the proper way to correct the separation before using your treatment is to redissolve it by placing the vial in hot water for a few minutes, making sure that you allow it to cool before handling it, and injecting it into your muscle very slowly. Testosterone cypionate is intended to be stored at average room temperature, I believe, and away from direct sunlight. So there is a way around this. If you're in a hotter climate, a warmer climate, and you may need to keep it cooler, maybe in a refrigerator or something, then just once you've done that and you do take it out, put it in hot water, let it sort of dissolve back to its normal state, and then allow it to cool, and then use it as you normally would, right? So that's what they recommend. Again, it varies from testosterone to testosterone. Speak to your doctors always. But if it were me, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if it were me, based on what I read here, if I was in a warm climate, for example, where I'm from, South Africa, and it was possible that it needed to be refrigerated, I would take the risk, try it out once, but following instructions like this, see how it goes, and if there aren't any ill effects, I'd probably continue doing it, right? But only that's a decision only you can make, so think about it, chat to your doctor if you need to, but I think it's pretty clear, it should be okay to do that. You may not even need to refrigerate it, just keep it stored at room temperature away from sunlight. So, Brett, I hope you found that helpful. Thank you for the question, it was a good question. If you like this video, please click like. And for those of you watching, click subscribe for more videos like this and more answers to questions like this in future. And feel free to send me your questions. As always, until next time, arrivederci.